Hello viewers, this Too-Fast here. In today's video, I'll be installing this Reolink 5 megapixel Super HD PoE dome camera. This one here is a Reolink RLC-423. It features an all-metal waterproof housing with high-speed pan and tilt and 4x optical zoom function. It also features an excellent night vision with illumination up to 190 feet. This camera is connected to my existing Reolink NVR or network video recorder system. With the NVR, it will record video 24/7 and provide power to the camera over the Ethernet cable. Now I do have a video showing you how I installed the NVR system, so if you want to check it out, I'll include the video link at the end of this video. With this video, I'll show you how I installed this camera, and also we'll check out the daytime and nighttime video. Let's get started. Let me first show you the unboxing of this camera. As you can see, this Reolink RLC-423 camera comes in this pretty big box. User manual. Security sticker. Mounting template. Ethernet cable. Mounting hardware. AC power supply. Weather boot for the Ethernet cable. And right here is the RLC-423 camera. To give you an idea how big this camera is, I'll put my hand over it. As you can see, it's as big as my hand. It weighs in just under 2 pounds. Looking in the middle, this is a 5 megapixel camera with a resolution of 2560 by 1920 at 30 frames per second. Around the side, there are 6 very powerful infrared LEDs for night vision, and this camera can illuminate at night up to 190 feet. At the bottom right hand corner, there's a photocell to detect daytime or nighttime, and this will allow the LEDs to turn on automatically at nights. Now right over here there's a cover, and behind this cover is where you can install a micro SD memory card. This is an option if you want to record the events onto the memory card. For me, I'll be connecting this camera to my Reolink NVR system, so it'll record 24/7. Now if you want to record onto the micro SD memory card, the maximum size you can install is 64 GB. Now this camera is a pan, tilt, and zoom camera. With the pan, it's 360 degrees, so this actually rotates all the way around. And the tilt is 90 degrees. This camera also has 4x optical zoom, and optical zoom will give you a much more clear picture compared to digital zoom. Now when the camera is not zoomed in, the viewing angle is 87 degrees, and when you zoom in 4 times, the viewing angle is 31 degrees. Now this camera is very heavy. The reason for that is because the entire enclosure is made of metal. The housing here is all metal, same as this, and the mounts. To install this camera, you need to mount this on a wall in this position. Looking at the back, there's a cable that comes out. There are 5 wires on this end. There's a reset switch to reset the camera if you need to. There's a female RJ45 connector for connecting to your NVR. If you connect this to a Reolink NVR or network video recorder, this will also provide power to power the camera. This is the audio input port. Now this camera does not come with a built-in microphone, and that is to keep the water out, since the enclosure is completely waterproof. You can buy an optional external microphone and connect it to this. This is a DC power input. If you're not using this camera with a PoE system or power over Ethernet system, then you need to power this using the external power supply. And this last wire here is a ground wire. If you're installing this camera outside your home and you want to protect it from lightning strikes, you can connect this wire to an earth ground. So let's take this outside and get it installed. Again, I'll be connecting this camera to my Reolink NVR with PoE, or power over Ethernet. The only connection I need to connect is to this RJ45 connector, which provides network connection and power to power the camera. So I've set up the ladder in front of my house. Now I already have a camera on the left side and a camera on the right side. So this new camera will be installed right in the middle of the house. With the pan and tilt feature, I'll be able to swing the camera left and right, and also down, and see if there are any packages at the front door. That template they give you is a sticker. You can stick it on the wall and then drill the 4 holes. So here I'm using a fishing rod to fish a wire into the attic. Inside my attic, at that corner, I see the fishing rod. There it is. Now I need to grab it and pull the wire through. Here it is. Let me show you how to install this weather boot for the RJ45 connector. Right now I have this end cap here with this grommet in the middle. And then on the RJ45 female connector, there's also a rubber gasket you need to install. Assemble this together and that'll keep the water out from this connector. And here's what this looks like. The last step is put the end cap. Here's a look at the installed camera. I have the Ethernet cable running into my closet. I have the wire running into my closet. Now I just need to put an RJ45 connector on this and then plug it into this NVR. These are the tools I'll be using to install the RJ45 connector. Now if you want to learn how to install the RJ45 connector, I'll include the link for that video in the description below. Now before you plug the new camera in, you should shut down the NVR. In the menu, go to shutdown and click on shutdown. Now you can disconnect the power cord. I'll connect the new camera to channel 7. Now power on the NVR. And here's the new RLC-423 camera. Let me open up the full screen. As you can tell, the image quality is very good. At the bottom there's a menu for PTZ. Here I can pan, tilt, and zoom the camera. Let's zoom in. Now you'll notice when I zoom in on the camera, it does take a couple of seconds to focus. Right now you're looking at the Reolink app. Now one thing nice about the Reolink product is it uses one app for all their cameras. So you don't have to install a bunch of different apps for different cameras. On the device list at the very top is the NVR. If I scroll over, this is the RLC-423 camera. Once you select it, it'll start streaming the live video. If you want to pause the video, you can press the pause button right here. Press play. If you press the speaker icon, you won't hear any audio because, as I mentioned, this camera does not have a built-in mic. If you press the camera icon, it'll take a snapshot and save it to your phone. And if you press the video camera icon, it'll start recording a video, which gets saved onto your phone. Press it again to stop the recording. With this button here, you can choose between fluent, balance, or D1 display. Now D1 is the highest resolution, but it does require more bandwidth to watch a video. If you leave it balanced, then it will adjust the display automatically. And if your connectivity and bandwidth is very low, you can choose fluent. This last button here will open up the full screen. If you select the PTZ button at the bottom right here, it will open up the controls for your pan, tilt, and zoom. In the middle, there's a joystick. If you move the joystick right and left, it'll pan the camera. If you move it up and down, then you'll tilt the camera. If you select the zoom button right here, you can zoom in and out. There's an auto button on the right side. If you select this, it'll continuously pan the camera 360 degrees. Press the button again to stop it. Now above the auto button, there's a mark button. If you select this, you can actually preset the position of the camera. You can save many different presets so you can recall it at any time. I'm going to save this position. Press mark. Give it a name. I'll call this front. Okay. Now you see this preset saved at the bottom here. I've gone ahead and added a few more presets. So for example, if I want to look at the driveway or the front door, the right side. As you can see, this feature is very convenient to use and it's a lot quicker than you manually adjusting the position using the joystick. Now at the bottom on the right side, there's a patrol button. If you select this, you can actually drag the presets onto this patrol route. Now you can select play to automatically go through the patrol route. Now I'm going to close the PTZ control and select Playback. Now on the Playback, you can select the dates and the time of the events, and it'll play back the events. You can also select the download button right here and download this video clip to your phone. Now I'll show you some of the recorded video clips of daytime and nighttime. As you can see, this RLC-423 camera is an excellent performer. The video has excellent clarity in both daytime and nighttime. With a 4x optical zoom, you can get a close-up look of what's happening several hundred feet away. The build quality is very good. With an all-metal housing, this is a very good quality unit. Now keep in mind, this camera is rather large and can look a bit intimidating for residential use. But I think it can be a good deterrent for would-be thieves. The installation is also very simple if you're adding this to your existing Reolink NVR system. It's a simple plug and play. There's no additional system configuration you have to do, as the NVR will recognize the camera and begin recording. At the time of doing this review, you can get this RLC-423 for $200. If you want to learn more about it, check out the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to click on a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please click on the subscribe button to support this channel. Also click on the notification bell so you'll get notified of my new videos. Thank you and have an awesome day.